Hey, Pastor Bruce here, and it's time for a Good Friday. And so I thought a little meditation today for Good Friday would be appropriate. It's a very different Passion Week that we're experiencing this week. School is out. Many are not working. There is that virus going around. Lots of businesses are closed, and lots of us are spending a lot of time at home. I've been coming to an office that is, for all intents purposes, closed. Been here. Few people have come by. Deb's been here a couple of times. Sherry's been here. We've been managed to get some things cleaned up, some Haiti supplies sent, and some rearranging done. And I've spent a lot of time learning about, well, more than I wanted to, about videotaping and websites. We are now to Good Friday. If this was a normal year, our team would be flying home today, maybe somewhere between New York and Portland as you're watching this, or maybe hanging out in New York waiting for our next flight. However, this isn't the normal year, and so here I am in Shelton thinking about Good Friday. I've used some of the ideas that I'm going to talk about here before, but I think they are really at the heart of the events of the day. The Bible story, in one sense, is the story of three gardens. The story begins in Genesis, third chapter, with the Garden of Eden. It's a perfect place. All the food one needs, no sickness, no pain, easy work, and God is there. Maybe not every minute, and one is not sure exactly how it works, but he comes for an evening stroll every day with Adam. Most importantly, there's a special tree there. It is the tree of life. Access to it means eternal life. A second tree is there. It's a forbidden tree. Adam and Eve are told not to eat from it. Access to it means death. And you know the story. The serpent comes. Adam and Eve look. They see the tree, and they choose to eat from the other tree. And the rest is history. Bad history, sad history. Hard work, sickness, struggles to survive, and pain and sweat. Just to name a few. At the end of the Bible, there's another idyllic place. It's heaven. The last chapter of the Bible describes it. It has a throne. It has a beautiful river running through it. And in the middle, there is that tree again, the tree of life. This time it bears crops 12 times a year for the healing of the nations. All the bad stuff from the first garden is reversed in this second one. It is though Eden is recaptured. In the middle of the Passion Week is a third garden. It is the Garden of Gethsemane. It's a place of prayer. Jesus comes with some of his disciples, well, all of his disciples, drops them off and then brings three of them a little closer with him, asks them to pray with him as he goes deep into the garden and spends time in prayer. It's a place of sweat. It's described as a place of the sweat as were great drops of blood. And it's a place of a choice. Just like the first garden, there's an enemy there, a proverbial snake. In that moment, in that garden, a battle is being fought. Which garden will prevail? The first with sin or the second with perfection? In the first, man, Adam and Eve, chose self over God. The question this time will be exactly the same. Will Jesus choose God over self or self over God? So in the middle of the night, the day before he's crucified, Jesus was confronted with the same question. Whose will prevail? Garden 2 comes into play, as does our salvation and Easter and eternal life, with 7 simple words. Not my will, but yours be done. So this Good Friday, I think on several things. I think about the cross, the nails, the crown, the sign above his head, think about the scourging, the spitting, and the beatings. I think about 7 other words spoken from the cross. Words like, "It is finished, I thirst, my God, and into your hands I commend my spirit." I also reflect on that middle garden, the sweat, the struggle, and those 7 words. Many like to say it's Friday, but Sunday's coming, and it is, but better yet, because of what happened this day, heaven is coming. Heaven becomes a real place for God's people to live forever. Blessings to you on this Good Friday, and I'll see you when it's all over. God bless.